So I walked into Waterstones a while ago and took a look at their sci-fi section to see a couple of Halo books on the bottom shelf gathering dust. I mean, it makes sense, Halo fans can't read. And as someone who's been playing Halo for a whole not even 4 years, I decided to buy Halo Outcasts and get up to speed with my lore, because as we all know, Halo is a book series first. Now before we begin, why did you choose to start with Halo Outcasts, I hear you asking? Well, duh, it has the Arbiter in it and the Arbiter is cool. Manifesting we get an Arbiter mission and Halo campaign evolved since 343 cancelled Infinite Campaign DLC. I'm going to talk about the book, my thoughts. This video will contain some minor spoilers, so if you want to go read it for yourself first, I'll wait. Okay, waiting time's over, let's get into this review. This story takes place after the events of Halo Wars 2, which takes place after Halo 5 and just before Infinite. Halo Outcast shifts between the perspectives of Del Vadim and Olympia Vale from Halo 5. Woman jump scare. The overall plot is that Cortana is ruling the galaxy with an iron fist, and the Arbiter and Vale get word of a weapon that has been found that can kill Guardians. You know, this big thing from Halo 5. Despite them being best buddies, the Arbiter doesn't feel it'll be safe in the hands of the UNSC and Oni, and he wants to use it to unite all Sangheili under one single banner. And Spartan Vale doesn't think it'll be safe under the hands of the Sangheili because they might want to start another war with the humans with it. Because of that, they don't alert the others that they're heading to the planet Netherop to retrieve the weapon, and it's a race to see who can get to it first. In my professional opinion, I say let the Arbiter have it. He's a trustworthy guy, and if he could reunite all Sangheili, that's another 4 billion allies for the humans. Also, I searched how many Sangheili are there, and it says there are only 4 billion of them across the galaxy, which is strange because Earth alone has a population of 10 billion humans. When I first started reading this book, I got a bit confused as there are a lot of made up words in here, mostly whenever it focuses on the Arbiter. We're ready for the Sangheili to make up a lot of words and just roll with it. Like this word, Haidon. That's not a word. I mean it is, but it means something completely different in English. Haidon in Sangheili culture is a high rank, like a lordship. Something I found very amusing about this book is that the Arbiter canonically keeps a picture of Master Chief on his bedroom wall. Maybe this is the real reason why Cortana went rampant. No one correct me on that in the comments, by the way. I want to believe it the way I said it. The book also explores the relationship between the Arbiter and Vale. Basically, she's stationed on Sanghelios after the events of Halo 5 to try and keep the peace between the humans and Sangheili. There was literally a point where the Arbiter says he daydreams about Vale being his daughter and having Sunday tea with her. Great stuff. She's literally the only human character who can speak Sangheili in this book, so it's no wonder how much he likes her. There's also this guy named Kreia Yomu, a Sangheili Oath Warden. An Oath Warden is like a bounty hunter, a profession frowned upon by all of the Sangheili. The Arbiter doesn't like this guy, but is forced to keep him around for the entirety of the book. While making this video was the first time I ever found out what he looked like, because for some reason I never looked at the back of the book. Not like what I imagined. There was a funny moment when the Sangheili who had been stranded on Netherop for a while was explaining to the Arbiter and his band of misfits about how dust can be controlled into whatever shape you like, and was like, oh yeah, it's easy, anyone can do it. And the Oath Warden was like, oh cool, and then he tried to do it and failed, and everyone was like, ha, laugh at him. Also at one point the Arbiter complimented him and said, okay, some of your tricks are actually kinda cool, and the Oath Warden was like, you want me to teach you? And the Arbiter was like, nah, Oath Wardens suck. And he was like, yeah, well, you would have sucked as an Oath Warden anyway. Also his armor breaks at one point and he gets naked. The Banished also appear because they want the weapon too, and there's this amusing part where Atriox's consultant says to him, we can't go down there, it's not safe. And Atriox looks past him while Vadim's ship's going down there and looks back at the consultant and says, why does the Arbiter not share your concern? Clearly he is not waiting. I don't know, that bit was kind of funny to me even though I don't think it was intended to be. Whenever the Arbiter spoke, I always read it in his voice. Same with Atriox, even though he didn't appear too much. And I gave all the Sangheili voices too. When I first started the book, I was reading all the text that wasn't voices during the Arbiter's chapters in Spartan Locke's voice, as though he was narrating it like the Halo 2 anniversary terminals. I dropped it I think after Vadim and Vale met up for the first time. Speaking of Vale, her voice is pretty generic and I couldn't replicate it in my head, so I read all the human speech in my own voice. The book also contains the mystical side of Halo. There are these guys known as the Nothing that appear, and I still don't quite understand, but they can heal people, and they appear again after the About the Author section hidden at the back of the book, so look out for that. Overall, I give this book a 7 out of 10. I did enjoy reading it and the story is pretty good. I didn't want to go in depth about the story in case you wanted to read it for yourself, but if you're too lazy to do that, let me know if you want an in-depth discussion about the book. I just want to convince you to read it on your own. I enjoyed reading the Arbiter's chapters, but Vale's chapter seems a little stale to me. They were good, but I think I just have a personal preference towards the Arbiter, and so I found his part of the story way more interesting, and that made hers seem dull by comparison. You can decide for yourself once you've read it. Thanks for watching this video, and if you want to see me do more like this one, let me know by subscribing. Thanks again, and make sure to pester Halo Studios into giving us an Arbiter mission and campaign involved.